Do truck drivers get lonely? Now that's a question that we get a lot when people are thinking about, hey, should I get my CDL license? Am I going to be in the truck by myself? Is it going to be a lonely time? Well, that's what we're here to explain today. So loneliness is definitely something that some truck drivers do deal with, but we're going to give you some tips and tricks on how to minimize that to make sure that you get the most bang for your buck when it comes to your new career. But before we actually get started, I want to make sure that you are aware that there's three types of main work out there. You're going to have local work, which means you're going to be home every single day. People who are local actually have a lot less loneliness because it's just like going to work, right? You're going to be making local deliveries, you're going to be interacting with different humans, and then you're going to be coming home at least once per day on that. You're going to have regional work, which means you're out for about a week and you come home every week or so. Same type of thing, you're making deliveries, you are interacting with people. You're going to be in the truck mostly by yourself, however, and you might start dealing with some loneliness. And over the road work is where you're probably going to be the most alone inside the truck because you're going to be driving for 2 to 3 weeks at a time and then coming back for a home visit as well because you're driving around the country. So no matter what kind of work you are doing, we're going to give you these tips and tricks to make sure that you are not feeling super lonely and super depressed, right? So the first thing that you want to do is maintain your personal relationship. So we all understand as we get older as adults, a lot of people are saying it's a lot harder to make friends. When we were kids in kindergarten, it'd be so easy to make friends. I mean, if you have kids now, I'm sure your kid's coming home and being like, oh my God, I made my friend today. He's Bobby. I made a new friend. Her name is Sally. Now as adults, we're not really that good at making friends. It's something that's built inside of us where we're kind of scared about that, right? So that means the personal relationships that you do have, make sure that you keep those. And how do you keep them? When you're in the truck, you do have the ability to make phone calls. Of course, keep your hands free. You can use Bluetooth or you can use it off the truck itself, and make sure you're making those connections as you're going through it to build that relationship. Because really, it doesn't really matter if it's in person or if it's over the phone. You can actually build great relationships just by interacting with people, asking people questions, and being truly genuine on what is needed in their life. The next tip to handle loneliness is going to have to do with managing this state right over here, this brain of yours. So as humans, we are put on this earth to pretty much do one thing. And if I was to say happiness for anybody, that one word of happiness would equal progress, right? So anytime we're feeling in these lonely states or these depressed states, it usually has to do with because we're not clear on our target and we haven't had progress towards our target in a long time. So if we are driving on the road and we're doing it for a clear reason, hey, I want to make this much money, or hey, I want to buy my own truck, or hey, I want to do this. As long as you feel some type of progress, the loneliness will drop dramatically. One of the most beneficial things that a truck driver can actually do is get an MBA of anything on the road. What do I mean by that? Because you're going to be driving so much, you have full control of what you listen to. Now, those truck drivers who just listen to the radio and just listen to music all day long, they're pretty much just wasting their time. Imagine getting paid to have an education better than anybody else. You can listen to things like podcasts, different audiobooks on Audible, YouTube podcasts as well, and pretty much any piece of content or any information that you want to know has been written in a book or is online that you can listen to as you're driving. Because once you actually start building on skill sets that you currently have, and you can do that while you're making money driving inside the truck, of course loneliness is going to drop dramatically because you're always feeling that progress and that momentum moving forward. So make sure that you get clear on what you want and find a way to improve something, at least your knowledge on some type of fact that you find interesting that's going to make you into a better human at the end of the day. So then you can kind of control all of your emotions and all your state, and you can move to becoming the 2.0 version of yourself. Now the next thing when it comes to actually handling loneliness is going to be taking care of this physical body. So we already talked about how to handle this mental, but if you're not taking care of this physical body of yours, the mental will definitely deteriorate very quickly, and the emotional, right? So that being said, the body is the only one that we have. It's the only one that we've been given until they start creating cyborgs or something like that. But that being said, make sure you're eating right, make sure that you are exercising. I know it might be a little bit difficult inside the truck to exercise physically, but there's a whole bunch of exercise programs out there that you can do inside the truck, outside the truck, and just make sure you keep the whole momentum going, right? Because one thing that a lot of people don't talk about is the ability to bring oxygen into your body. And when we are exercising, you're going to start breathing heavier, and that's just pushing oxygen into your lungs, into your bloodstream. It's going to make you feel a whole lot better. So stay physical and stay strong. One of the other things that you could be doing when it comes to handling loneliness or that feeling of loneliness as a truck driver is going to be make sure you're planning regular visits with other humans. So what do I mean by that? There's a few different ways we can go here. Way number one is make sure you're planning home visits to your family or to your kids, for instance, right? Make sure you're actually planning interactions with other truck drivers potentially when you're actually driving to truck stops. Don't just stay inside the truck the entire time. time, go out there and mingle a little bit. I know you might be a little bit shy, but it's cool to kind of interact, at least see other humans out there. And then the thing that most people don't talk about is going to be bring a companion or schedule a companion to come into the truck with you. So some people's companion is going to be a dog or a cat. And there's some trucking companies out there that allow to bring your buddy along with you. And then there's other trucking companies that let you bring your wife or your spouse or your kids for a ride. So then you can actually interact with them, and then you could be super close. I mean, it's so many different things on how you can handle this whole thing about loneliness. You don't even have to worry about that whole fear anymore because of all the interactions that we do have. I mean, you even can schedule regular FaceTime calls with the loved ones of your life and how to keep moving forward too, right? So there's so many things that you can actually do, but I'm going to leave you with this. If you are feeling lonely, if you are feeling depressed, the first thing that you should do is ask for help. Don't try to handle this all on your own. Make sure you're moving forward into the right direction. Ask somebody who can actually help you, right? Don't just start blabbing your mouth to everybody out there just because you want to feel something. Be productive about it. See and get the tools that you need to kind of handle that feeling for yourself, because at the end of the day, whether you like to hear it or not, you are in full control of the emotions that you do feel. So imagine being able to control that entire state of mind and never having to feel lonely again and only feeling bliss. But that does take work, and you can do it. So if we've kind of annihilated that whole, okay, I'm going to be lonely as a truck driver, and now you're ready to get yourself a CDL license, I invite you to come to our school at any of our locations nationwide. Check out our website, cdldrivingacademy.com. Again, cdldrivingacademy.com. We're here to help you out and get you on the road to freedom. And when you're free, you cannot feel lonely because you're moving in the right direction and you have what we talked about, which is progress. We have many different programs available. Payment plans start off as $500 down, and we're open up 7 days a week, so we can work around any kind of training schedule that you do have. So one more time, check out our website, cdldrivingacademy.com. Again, cdldrivingacademy.com. Thanks. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, make sure you hit that like button. Also, subscribe to our channel. It's really going to help us out. Click on that button. And if you want to continue yourself on your road to freedom, here's more videos to watch. There's endless amounts. Hopefully we get to see each other one day very soon. Thanks.